Barn and the Hoover High School Brass Ensemble. Good evening. On behalf of the North Canton City Schools, we welcome you and appreciate that you have joined us tonight. If you haven't already done so, please silence your cell phone at this time. Additionally, when we present the diplomas to the graduates later in the ceremony, we request that you hold all applause until all graduates have received their diplomas so that every graduate and their loved ones in attendance are able to hear the public recognition that their graduate has earned. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, we have a selection from Mr. Berry and the Symphonic Choir.
Tell me where is the road I can call my own.
Thank you, Mr. Berry, and members of the symphonic choir. I'd like to take a moment to introduce various district officials in attendance tonight. President of the Board, Dr. Bob Roden. Vice President of the Board, Mrs. Jessica Stroya. Members of the Board, Mrs. Alyssa Placas, Ms. Lindsay Wyckoff, and Mrs. Andrea Zarko. Superintendent, Mr. Jeff Wendorf, and Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Dave Pilati. Next, I'd like to introduce President of the senior class, Emmett Summers. Emmett, please come to the stage. Emmett is the son of Matthew and Julie Summers. He is not only the president of the class, but is active in and outside of the classroom through his participation in various clubs, athletics, and student organizations. He plans to attend Georgia Tech to study mechanical engineering. President of the class, Emmett Summers.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and fellow graduates, standing before you today, staring right into the sun, is an incredible honor, representing the remarkable class of 2024. As we gather to celebrate this significant milestone, we are not just closing a chapter in our lives, but celebrating our resilience, growth, and the unique journey that has shaped us into what we are today. High school is a transformative experience for everyone. But our class faced unique challenges that have defined our years here in unforgettable ways. As 8th graders, we were excited about our upcoming trip to Washington, D.C. This trip was meant to be a capstone to our middle school years, a chance to explore our nation's capital and create lasting memories with friends. Yet, just as the trip was right around the corner, the pandemic hit, altering our lives in ways we never could have imagined. The trip was canceled, and that spring, instead of touring historical monuments and learning firsthand about our country's history, we found ourselves at home, navigating the sudden shift to online learning. As we entered high school as freshmen, we were excited about a new chapter. However, our freshman year would also be far from normal. One-way hallways, masks, and social distancing became our new regular. The challenges were tough. We missed out on school dances, sporting events, and the simple joy of seeing our friends' smiles. Yet, in the face of adversity, we showed our true strength. We adapted, finding new ways to connect, supporting each other, and staying focused. As a class, we are eclectic, and so are our experiences. We have had school plays, a tennis state champion, Friday night football games, including a football team that beat Jackson all 4 years, robotics competitions, many monthly editions of Viking Views, band and cheerleading awards, school dances, people going into military service, the NCTV News, and the many hours of volunteering we have done as a class to better this community. As we ready to venture into the world beyond high school, let us not forget the journey that brought us here. Our challenges have shaped us as students and individuals ready to take on the future. We have proven that we can adapt, overcome, and thrive no matter the obstacles. Today, we celebrate our academic achievements, collective strength, determination, and unwavering spirit. We are the class of 2024, a class like no other. As we move forward, let us carry the resilience and unity that have defined our high school experience. To our teachers and families who supported us, thank you for your unwavering encouragement and belief in us. To my fellow graduates, I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. We have made it through a journey that will be remembered, and today we stand together, ready to face whatever the future holds. And as my good friend Ferris once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stand and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Congratulations, class of 2024, and here's to the extraordinary future that awaits us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmett. At this time, please enjoy memories from this senior class by watching the class video on the video board.
Growing up in the school district has been a really great time because everyone here has created a community.
I loved growing up in the school district because of all the teachers and people I've met.
All the teachers here are super supportive. I found some of my best friends here, and I have no doubt that I always have a home to come back to.
I would describe the class of 2024 as a group of very ambitious people that I think are going to do very well going into the future. I think we're going to have tons of people that are going to be very successful.
The advice that I would give to my fellow classmates would be to continue pursuing your goals and set high goals for yourself because anyone can achieve anything they put their mind to.
I think just do what you feel is right and always be confident in what you're doing because it's your life, not anyone else's.
The most important life lesson I've learned from Hoover is to stay involved in everything and get to know many different people.
The thing I'll miss most about my time at Hoover is all the people and the teachers and just the great environment that people have created here.
The thing I'll miss most about my time at Hoover would be seeing the people that I grew up with every day at school and through athletics and other things like that.
I think I'll really miss just the school pride that everyone has at Hoover. Being a Hoover Viking is made to be like a really important thing since all of us were in elementary school. I think everyone here has a lot of pride wearing orange and black, and I think that's a really special thing.
If I could describe the class of 2024 in one word, it would be memorable.
Overachievers.
caring, and very kind individuals.
Driven.
My favorite high school memory is every Friday night hang out with my best friends and support my school and have such an immense feeling of pride and school spirit. It's just been an incredible experience. Being able to see so many people that I've grown to truly love every day for 4 years has just been truly amazing and just inexplicable.
It's been really great. I've enjoyed my time here, and I'm excited to go on to the next chapter of my life.
Once a Viking, always a Viking.
Go Vikes!
Go Vikes! Go Vikes!
Good luck, seniors.
Thank you to all who submitted photos and to the student producers. Now I'd like to invite Superintendent Mr. Jeff Wendorf to provide some remarks.
Good evening. Emmett, I was going to try a Ferris Bueller quote, but I didn't think the superintendent could pull it off, but you did. Awesome. Great movie, great quote. Congratulations, class 24. Congratulations to your parents, to your family. We wish you nothing but the best and encourage you to be grateful for all those who've help you arrive at this milestone we're celebrating tonight. While today is about celebrating the accomplishments of these young people, I want to acknowledge the staff that's been part of their educational life. It's been very clear with notes, hugs, thanks, and all of the things that we've celebrated in the last few months as we prepared for this graduation. You've been through a lot. You've had a lot of help from parents, teachers, friends, and family. And before heading out on your own, I want to share a few things that can help you set you up for success. If you make them a priority and take action on them, you're sure to succeed. There's a poll, I think, on how many quotes I'll use today, but there's only two. One is from John Wooden. And John's one of the great basketball coaches of all time, and he's also recognized as a modern-day philosopher who wrote these 9 promises of happiness. I challenge you to not only promise yourself these things, but actually take action on them. Be true to yourself and follow through on these promises. I've taken the liberty to change them from promises to actions. There's 9. I'll read them quickly. Talk health, happiness, and prosperity as often as possible. Make all your friends know there is something in them that is special and that you value. Think of only the best, to work for only the best, and to expect only the best in yourself and others. Be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. Be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace. Forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements in the future. Wear a cheerful appearance at all times and give every person you meet a smile. Give so much time in improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others. Be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit trouble to press on you. These promises or actions have everything to do with having a positive attitude about life and the ups and downs that you'll see. The attitude you bring to the day is what the day brings to you. A great attitude results in a great day. No matter what you desire to do or to have or to be, your daily actions will take you anywhere you want to go. If you set a goal, you plan it, you take steps appropriately, small incremental steps, you'll get there. Start taking actions now to accomplish what you really want out of life and pursue what you're most passionate about. Surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers. But most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you. My second quote is from another great philosopher. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You're the guy who'll decide where you go. Congratulations on joining the most successful and prestigious group of alumni. And remember to make it a great day. It's always your choice. Best wishes, God bless you, and go Vikings.
Thank you, Mr. Wendorf. Next, I'd like to introduce School Counselor, Mr. Taylor Sowers, who will introduce our student speakers.
Our first SUMA speaker represents excellence in the arts. Lauren is the daughter of Megan and Gerald Pellegrino. From a young age, Lauren excelled in the arts. Since intermediate school, she has been an asset to the North Canton's choir and band programs, earning several leadership roles and superior ratings at competitions along the way. You may also recognize Lauren from her performances in our musicals over the years, including this year as our lead role in Cinderella. Lauren Pellegrino plans to attend Baldwin Wallace University to study digital marketing. Lauren Pellegrino.
Fellow graduates, educators, administrators, loved ones, and community members, I'm here today to talk about the impact that the arts have on our lives. Imagine walking into Starbucks to pick up your mobile order, but this time there are no pictures of coffee fields on the walls, no colorful tiles behind the counter, and no music playing. You just pick up your mobile order and go. Now imagine a trip to New York City, but instead of seeing a Broadway show or visiting a museum, you just walk the gray and dirty streets and grab a hot dog from a street vendor in a plain food truck. Let's get even more adventurous and picture a trip to Paris, except there is no Eiffel Tower or Mona Lisa, no ballet at the opera. In fact, there are only boxy brick buildings lining very dull, straight-lined city streets. Would anyone even dream of visiting such a city? I know I wouldn't, because in this scenario, in a world with no art or culture, every city is the same, with the same square buildings and undecorated bridges that are designed to be efficient and utilitarian. There is nothing to make one city different from the rest. When I think of a world like this, a world without all of the artistic endeavors that bring us joy in our daily lives, I am struck by a feeling of sadness. For those of you who don't think of yourselves as being artistic, I bet you enjoy listening to music while you are studying or driving to school. You probably enjoy the way you relax when entering that coffee shop with the art on the walls, the cool tiles everywhere, and the music playing in the background. I'm sure there isn't a person in this stadium who hasn't dreamed of traveling to some far-off city and experiencing another culture. But for those of us who make art, it is more than something that just adds to our quality of life. It is our life. Thanks to the opportunities that we have been given through the exceptional arts programs and amazing teachers here at Hoover, many of us have grown immensely in our artistic talents over the past 4 years. We have spent hours upon hours perfecting that song, dance, or artwork. Our creative pursuits are often relegated to the category of extracurricular, meaning that they aren't as important as core subjects like math or science. But whether or not you consider yourself to be an artist or just another person on this planet, I think we can all agree that a world without music, art, and dance would be a pretty sad place to exist. So, the next time you visit that cool city where you've always wanted to go, think about how important art and artists are to bringing you that experience. And for my fellow graduates who plan to continue to pursue their artistic talents, thank you for the immeasurable ways that you make life worth living.
Thank you, Lauren. Our next SUMA speaker represents excellence in athletics. Allison is the daughter of Sarah and David Malamasi. Allison is an outstanding 4-year varsity letterman in swimming. She is a 4-year district meet qualifier, a 3-year All-State County Honorable Mention selection, a 2-year All-Federal League second team, and a finalist for the Greater Canton Aquatics Association Student Athlete of the Year. In the fall, Allison will be attending Kentucky University to major in neuroscience, a pre-PA track. Allison Malamasi.
Thank you, Mr. Sowers, and thank you to the teachers, staff, and parents who have had such a positive and significant impact on the class of 2024. So, I'm probably not the person you're expecting to be up here speaking for SUMA Athletics. Most of you may not even recognize me as an athlete because you haven't heard my name as one of the top achievers in my sport. It's true that I'm more of a typical athlete compared to someone who has broken a bunch of records or who frequently had their name in the headlines of the repository. However, I believe this makes me the perfect person to speak about athletics because I represent a large number of athletes who are not considered the greatest or the most elite in their sports. The message I want to share with you today goes beyond athletics and applies to life after high school, whether you're an athlete or not. A huge part of being an athlete is the desire to succeed. For the longest time, my definition of success in high school swimming was the crowning achievement of qualifying for the state swim meet. The truth is that I never got that classic and idealized happy ending of success. At the end of my senior swim season, I fell short of reaching my goal. Although I was incredibly disappointed, this failure led me to redefine what success means to me. Adapting our goals, hopes, and dreams is the key to finding true success. I had missed reaching my goal, but I still had achieved success in many aspects of the sport. I had experienced significant time drops throughout my 4 years and developed meaningful relationships with teammates and created memories that I know will last a lifetime.
My success as a Hoover swimmer was an accumulation of so much more than one specific accomplishment that I had convinced myself early on was the only way I could ever be considered successful in the sport. The key to reaching any type of success is having an open and positive mindset when things don't go as planned. The failures and setbacks that you experience in life will lead you to where you're meant to be, not necessarily where you expected to be. So how can we stay motivated to succeed if we know there are going to be challenges along the way? Whenever I think about success, this quote from my swim coach, Rick Morrison, always comes to mind. Success is an accumulation of minimal gains. As a swimmer, I worked hard to achieve success by spending countless hours in the pool refining my technique and challenging myself during practices. My day-to-day minimal gains helps me to reach greater successes both in and out of the pool. As we set goals for ourselves after high school, we must learn to celebrate the little accomplishments we experience along the way to achieving our dreams. This process will keep us motivated even when we encounter obstacles on our path. As we head our separate ways this fall, we all have expectations of where our paths are going to lead. It will be up to us to reframe those expectations in our mind when we face challenges and disappointments. We all hope to earn material measures of success, such as awards and accolades for the things that we will accomplish. However, if that doesn't happen, we need to appreciate the minimal gains which led us to our success. In reality, most of the successes we will experience in life will not be as easily rewarded or recognized as they maybe have been in the bubble of high school. We are the only ones who can celebrate those little wins. Our small successes, even when seemingly unnoticed by others, will lead us to places that are even more fulfilling than where we expected to be. Congratulations, class of 2024. I hope that wherever your path leads, you experience much success, no matter how you may define it. And to mimic the words of Troy Bolton at the end of High School Musical 3, once a Viking, always a Viking. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Our final SUMA speaker represents excellence in academics. Gavin is the son of Lindsay and Jamie McKinnon. Gavin has an impressive academic record. He has earned 4 academic letters, completed 5 college classes, 8 AP classes, and 12 honors classes. After this year's AP exams, Gavin will have earned over 40 college credits during his time at Hoover High School. He is a National Merit Commended Scholar, a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club, and Chemistry Club. He has been an asset to Hoover's band program over the years. Gavin has an impressive 4.589 GPA and is bilingual in Spanish. In the fall, Gavin will be attending Kent State University to major in neuroscience with a pre-med concentration. Gavin McKinnon.
Ladies and gentlemen, students and esteemed educators, we are here today to celebrate all the incredible academic achievements of these students. No 2 students here today have the same academic journey. Some of us gained critical skills to acquire a trade, many dedicated their studies towards higher education, and some prepared themselves to enter public service. Despite the plethora of paths we took, our aim has been identical, to discover the truth of this world. Our lives converge around the quest for truth because that is the heart of academics. Pursuing truth has instilled in us characteristics, including humility and joy, that carry lifelong benefits. Humility is a trait that too many of us lack when entering high school. A psychological phenomenon named the Dunning-Kruger effect can explain this teenage arrogance. It describes the correlation between real knowledge and perceived understanding and forms an N-shaped curve. The first summit of this correlation is rightly known as the peak of Mount Stupid. This is where one has the hubris to claim they understand the subject when they are indeed ignorant. However, their inflated ego is eventually crushed by the reality of their incompetence. This is the decline in confidence known as the Valley of Despair. Yet as true knowledge is gained, a humble understanding is instilled, and one reaches the plateau of sustainability. Throughout high school, we topped the peak of Mount Stupid, trudged through the Valley of Despair, and finally took our rightful place as learners who are pursuing the all-important truth. In the words of the psychologist Jordan Peterson, it is better to presume ignorance and invite learning than to assume sufficient knowledge and risk the consequent blindness. Our academic journeys have taught us to humble ourselves, to expand our horizons. Another critical trait that academics instills is joy. Joy should never be confused with happiness, for happiness is a fleeting experience. Joy is a sensible optimism that persists through trials. Our high school journeys have instilled in us the capacity to persevere in the face of obstacles. There have been many late-night Red Bull-fueled study sessions, FaceTime calls to that classmate who actually knows what they are doing, and begging teachers for extra credit opportunities. In the biblical book of James, it is written, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." Our academic careers have proven difficult, but through them we gain the necessary confidence to be steadfast in our pursuit of truth and do so with joyful hearts. As we depart from here, we conclude an important chapter of our lives. Moving on from this place is essential to avoid living a Peter Pan existence of a never-ending childhood. Some eagerly anticipate this transition and enter their next chapter as a roaring lion, while others will approach this change like a lamb afraid to leave the guidance of their caring shepherd. Despite our differing reactions, we all achieve the target which high school aims us towards. We learn truth in this place and are equipped with the humble minds, the joyful hearts, and the necessary knowledge to enter the next phase of our lives. Class of 2024, ensure that you never forget what has been taught here, for truth has molded you into a person capable of living out your ideals. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren, Allison, Gavin, and Mr. Sowers. Next, I'd like to recognize some students for their achievements. Some of our students feel called to serve the country and have joined the armed services. I'd like to recognize these seniors now and ask that they stand and be recognized for the service to their country. Thank you. I would also like to recognize this year's SUMA scholars who have earned a cumulative weighted grade point average of at least a 4.325. SUMA scholars, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We feel blessed to have so many great educators on staff and appreciate their efforts to grow and inspire students. Past and current North Canton City Schools staff members, please stand and be recognized as well. Thank you. Students do not obtain the milestone of high school graduation without the love, support, and guidance of their parents. Parents of this year's graduates, yes, please stand and be recognized as well. Will the class of 2024 please rise? Mr. Wendorf and Board of Education, the students of the class of 2024 that stand before you have completed all credit, testing, seal, and financial requirements as set forth by the State Board of Education and the North Canton City Schools Board of Education and are ready to receive their diplomas. Will the first row please come on up, and the rest of you may be seated until your time. Thank you.
Yep. Tap me on the shoulder. Emmett Jack Summers. Lauren Elizabeth Pellegrino. Allison Elizabeth Malamasi. Gavin Cole McKinnon. Jacob Benjamin Earhart. Xavier Gray Allshouse. Samer Marwan Altorman. Salsabil Louay Alzubi. Seth Charles Anderson. Julia Rose Angione. Mason Joseph Angione. Abigail Lynn Arbaugh. Mason Scott Ashby. Robert William Baker. Stephen Shakur Baldwin. Unisha K. Calderon Baltazar. Noah Christopher Barnhart. Anna Sophia Elizabeth Bates. Morgan Gwendevere Taylor Battershell. Kathleen Milet Baxter. Evan William Bell.
Alyssa Grace Bender. Caleb Scott Bennett. Michael Anthony Baradelli. Madison Renee Bernard. Alex Charles Bish. Carter Robert Black. Faith Ann Blomgren. Sophia Renee Blondheim. Lindsay Marie Blyer. Nicholas Timothy Blyer. Alexander Michael Bosky. Bryn Dolores Boylan. Olivia Grace Brackman. Elijah Alexander Bramer. Samantha Gwendolyn Bressy. Caroline Elizabeth Brogan. John Michael Brown. Maureen Elizabeth Brown. Contessa Elizabeth Booker. Eden Ray Bussey. Ian Stone Busto. Marin Ashley Capo.
Owen Charles Capozzi. Olivia Renee Cardinelli. Declan Everett Carr. Sadie Grace Carroll. Savannah Hope Carroll. McKenna Karen Chafee. Rachel Elizabeth Chung. Victoria Nicole Cerrone. Kylie Sue Clungston. Jeremiah Clement Comley. Brandon Lee Conley. Lindsay Catherine Conrad. Cameron Michelle Cooney. Kenya Dawn Covington. Jacob Lee Craig. Trenton James Craig. Grace Elena Crawford. Lindsay Ann Crawford. Christian Michael Critchfield. David Carter Critchfield. Ellen Marie Kreitz.
Sebastian Charles Crum Richardson. Ulysses Vaughn Cunningham. Ryan Michael Degg. Grace Marie Dannemiller. Paige Marie Dobbins-Beck. Michaela Charmaine Davis. Chris Robert Dawson. Mia Elizabeth DeSantis. Walter Brooks Dubel. Roger Douglas DeVore. Lucas Joseph DeBartolo. Dominic Francis DeCola. Lucia Anjolie DePietro. Emmanuel Jordy Dorfler. Anna Marie Donaldson. Lillian Jane Drea. Kylie Denise Duke. Rowan Anthony Durbin. Carson Lee Durland. Emily Elizabeth Egan. Rowan Eric Ellis. Alyssa Catherine Ergazos.
Fiona Elizabeth Foss. Nathaniel Lee Fatigati. Tanner Joseph Fossnight. Olivia Paige Ferrito. Jenna Catherine Fetzko. Bridget Renee Fink. Angela Marie Fischel. Leah Ashley Fisher. Claire Colleen Fitzpatrick. Samuel Allen Fauner. Carmelina Marie Foster. Brooke Lynn France. Alexa Raven Francis. Gabriel Thomas Franz. Antonio Vincent Frate. Allison Renee Free. Jonathan Darrell Freeman. Sullivan Matthew Friel. Gabrielle Elizabeth Fucci. Zachary Kenneth Stevenson Fuller. Brooklyn Paige Galantine.
Kennedy Ray Gilogly. Carter Matthew Givens. Megan Elizabeth Gordon. Misa Lynn Greening. Thomas Mitchell Gregory. Madeline Grace Griffith. Brooklyn Joy Griffiths. Charlie Ryan Grismer. Kayla Nicole Grossi. Rachel Elizabeth Grossi. Nicholas Lee Grover. Kyle Allen Goudat. Abigail Elizabeth Guthrie. Rowan J. Oz. Kayliana Shea Hall. Nathan Thomas Harder. Kaylee Donnalyn Harrington. Valerie McLeod. Valerie McLeod Harris. Amari Katri Harsh.
Evelyn Faith Harshy.
Reagan Olivia Hawk. Maxwell Drake Hayes. Alexandria Darlene Heckerman. Peter Lewis Helmuth. Reese Catherine Henney. Campbell Rose Hollis. Hunter Grayson Holloway. Ava Angeline Hook. Ashlyn Emily Horning. Dalton Christopher Houses. Carter Valentine Howard. Emily Marie Howard. Rayshen Hu. Troy Michael Hunka. Danica L. Icard. Jonas William Jacob. Leo Lewis James. Reagan Pamelin Jankowski. Christopher Otto Jansen. Francis Chloe Jarvis. Kaylee Emma Jenks. Elena Gabrielle Johnson. Miranda Grace Johnson. Ella Grayson Joliet. Ava Elizabeth Jones. Kaya Marie Kaufman. Arabella Landon Kime. Aiden Richard Kelly. Raina Elizabeth Kelly. Jordan Wallace Karikis. Jason Matthew Kerr. Natalie Francis Corrali. Aiden Michael Kirkbride. Nakai Isaiah Kitchens. Avery Valentina Kitzmiller. Zoe Renee Crea. Andrew Dwayne Kerpill.
Connor Reese Lab. Jacob Clark LaFountain. Sydney Josephine Lang. Aaron Ashley Latham. Braylee Elise Law. Evan Spencer Lawrence. Callista Grace Leghart. Jasmine Elizabeth Leisure. Alexander Monroe Lexon. Blake Isaac Lenhart. Adele Pokeson Lewis. Maxwell Lewis. Noah Aiden Lewis. Luke Anthony Libertor. Maddox Gregory Lindesmith. Alexis Ann Lynn. Harper Gray Laughlin, Alexis Jordan Long, Janila Kalia Longum,
Aiden Garth Linge, Corrine Angeline Muckris, Alicia Mahajan, Sophia Marie Mancini, Oliver Gunther Mangus, Tyler Gerald McCann, Anna Jane McClowry, Stormy Marie McElfresh, Gabriel Daniel McComb, Sean Aiden McKiernan, Aiden Christopher McNichol, Caden Clark McQuiston, Kenneth Michael Mellon, Ava Isabella Mioli, Marcello Nicholas Mioli, Tegan Renee Mary, Joshua David Mickley,
Ethan Glenn Miller, Grady Matthew Miller, Lila Margaret Miller, Olivia Grace Miller, Sage Elaine Miller, Tegan Joshua Minor, Kyler Michael Maraglia, Camden Anthony Marock, Sarah Ruth Moore, Emma Grace Molinet, Eleanor Jane Mora, Brooklyn Jade Morgan, Brianna Sky Morell, Blake Michael Morris, Lance Gideon Morrison, Jaden Scott Murdoch, Aubrey Elizabeth Murphy, Logan Thomas Myers, Trent Alexander Nandu, Robert James Newman, Felix Trong Wen,
Paige Eileen Nicholas, Christian Allen Noah, Tiffany Umuhire Shimye, Joelle Marie Oberlin, Grayson William Oliver, Guinevere Anna Oliver, Ernest John Audie, Riley Renee Overholt, Amaya Maria Pablo, Anna Julia Palumbo, Owen James Pasek, Minas Christos Paxos, Ava Ann Peters, Olivia Grace Fanenschmidt, Alec Bricker Pilati, Elena June Pitts, Jade Olivia Postone, Annabeth Nicole Price,
Callan Monroe Pringle, Hudson Seamus Pringle, Ayush Shankar Priyadarshi, Annabella J. Persis, Brooke Elizabeth Radcliffe, Caitlin Ann Rinaldi, Ethan William Rebholz, Madeline Elizabeth Renneker, Kevin Patrick Renner, Lauren Olivia Rice, Gabriella Sarah Lee Rodriguez, Lydia Rose Romans, Emily Lynn Rohr, Luke Gerard Roshak, Joshua Thomas Roth, Taylin Nicole Rui, Regan Marie Russell, Alessandra Claire Sager, Ryan Joseph Surjek, Noah Thomas Sams, Elliot Thomas Sargas, Vanson Douglas Savchenko, Samuel Michael Schoenberg,
Ella Bray Secom, Richard Samuel Schaefer, Ryan Jack Schaefer, Delaney Ray Shannon, Landon Christopher Scheel, Marjan Ahmed Siddiqui, Anna Jo Sikora, Alyssa Renee Sims, Cole Samuel Slaybaugh, Emily Grace Slates, Amia Jolynn Smith, Austin David Smith, Cameron Renee Smith, Emerson Grace Snodgrass, Nina Karen Snyder, Matthew David Sofer, Peyton Cole Sowers, Hannah Elizabeth Spangler, Nyla Elizabeth Spangler, April Violetta St. Clair,
John Allen Steele, Nevea Gabrielle Stevens, Ava Lucille Streb, Abigail Kieran Sullivan, Brandon Michael Trupp, Adriana Paige Trussell, Lillian Grace Tula, Layla Kennedy Tooley, Jackson David Vance, Cameron Wise Venata, Hayden Scott Van Pelt, Madison Nicole Vardavis, Luca Varnick, Tristan Alexander Vasserman Sayer, Gabriel Velez Reverend, Gabriel Michael Vogel, Jocelyn Bianca Walbeck, Grant Ronald Walker, Sayara Wanegarathna, Corbin Gregory Watts,
Joshua Xavier Weatherspoon, Michael James Weber,
Jack Allen Wells. Chase Thomas Wenzel. Lauren Elizabeth West. Cooper Stephen Westfall. Isabella Perez Wheeler. Britton Lee Whitaker. Parker Thomas White. Lucas Matthew Wilsbacher. Max Alexander Grosnever Wilson. Riley Hunter Wilson. Lily Catherine Wolf. Riley Leah Wolf. Patience Lynn Wood. Nicholas Anthony Woodard. Zoe Anna Yatris. Truett James Yerrick. Hunter David Zander. Evan Michael Zepp. Stephen Eric Zumbarakis.
Let's hear it one more time for the class of 2024. We have two additional traditions before we leave today. One of them is the turning of the tassel, and the other is that we do stand and sing our alma mater. This time, Emmett, would you please join back up here? And class, if you'd please stand for the turning of the tassel and the singing of the alma mater. Thank you, Emmett. Mr. Varn, the alma mater, please. Would everyone please stand and remain in the stands until all graduates have exited the field?
Thank you.